Hello and welcome to Newcastle Airport. Finally we'll have a nice sunny morning to go for a quick jaunt around the circuit of Newcastle Airport in my Cessna 152. So we've done all our prelims, we've got air traffic control clearance. Let's get out onto the runway and get airborne. I've already dialed in my ILS for coming back in, but the weather is very good, so the visibility is good, so we shouldn't really need that, but it's dialed in anyway. We're taking off on runway 7. We're going to take off to the east, and then I think we'll take a little turn to the left, fly over my hometown of Cramlington before heading out to the west, fly in the opposite direction to the runway out over Ponteland, where we'll turn back round to land back on 07. So let's give this a go. Power up. Airspeed's alive. 50. 60 knots, rotate. And we're airborne. Just trim out. Okay, we're going to look for an 800 feet per minute climb out up to 1,000 feet above the airfield. We'll maintain runway heading.
Newcastle Tower, EZ68 ready for IFR departure, runway 07.
Before we turn to the left to take our route over Cramlington. Let's take a look outside. It's a nice sunny morning for a change. The wind has pushed me a little bit to the side of the runway. Not too bad though. That's Kingston Park over there. That's the Sage building, big office building down there. Newcastle in the distance, you can just make out St James's Park. Okay, approaching 900 feet, time to throttle back. Allow the nose to settle back down and we'll level out at around about 1,000 feet. And there it is. Okay, out to our left, that's the Big Waters Nature Reserve, coming up to the A1 dual carriageway. Trim down a touch because we're still climbing, and that's sit and burn. Out to the east there's North Sea and Blythe. That's the Arcot Lake, Cramlington, well, Arcot Hall Golf Club. And there's Cramlington over here. So when we get level with Dudley Lane, we'll turn to the left and we'll take a flight up Dudley Lane towards Manor Walks. Okay, that's the old Tommy Tippy factory in Cramlington there. So we'll make a turn. So we're heading, well we'll not go straight to 340, which will be the correct heading for the crosswind leg. What we'll do is we'll just fly up Dudley Lane, which is down below there. Okay, that's Barnes Park, it's Dudley Lane, there's Cramlington Learning Village, the high school, Alexandra Park, and there's Manor Walks there, the shopping area.
Newcastle Tower, Sierra Golf 70 frequency change. Newcastle approach Sierra Golf 70 is type Cessna 152 5 miles northeast of Newcastle, 1,100 feet. Request flight following.
Sierra Golf 70 Newcastle approach. Squawk 767
Okay, we'll turn left, heading for these wind turbines over here, and that's how we're going to take our journey out to Ponteland. There's Manor Walks. That's Sainsbury's and Asda.
Roger, Sierra Golf 70.
There's Blythe out to the east. Okay, we're about level with our wind turbines over the industrial area, so now we will turn left. Also, our northbound. We're heading for a heading of 250 degrees, which is the correct heading for our downwind leg. There's due west, 260, coming round and rolling out to 250. Leaving Cromlington behind us. That's the railway line coming up through there. And then we have Northumberlandia, the big land sculpture. Okay, the wind's pushed us a little bit. Well, the wind pushing me, but also me not paying attention. Get back at 250 degrees. But we're still about 1,000 feet, which is what we want. And it's time to check in with air traffic and ask for permission to land.
Newcastle Tower, Sierra Golf 70 is 4 miles north, 900 feet with Sierra to land.
Sierra Golf 70, Newcastle Tower. Altimeter 30
There's the A1.
Wind calm, make left traffic runway 07.
Fly left downwind, runway 07, Sierra Golf 70.
So let's have a look for our airfield. There it is over there. Just make out the tower there, terminal building. And there's the end of the runway just there. Again, the wind's pushing me a little bit. Bring myself back round to 250. The next thing we're looking for is the river that runs through Ponteland, which is just make out here. When we're across that, that's when we're going to make our turn to the left onto our base leg of 160 degrees. Because there's our airfield over there now. There's the end of our runway, so we're almost level with the end of the runway. And on our ILS, we're about level with the glide slope. It's just going to flick over as we pass to the other side of the airfield any second now. But we need to keep a check on that glide slope because we want to stay tracked in with it. There's the river running through Ponteland. Just waiting for the ILS. Okay, there we go. So let's just double check our positioning. There's the river. There is
Sierra Golf 70, wind calm, cleared to land runway
the end of the runway just there. There's our clearance to land.
Cleared to land runway 07, Sierra Golf 70.
So we're going to bring it around to 160 and we'll start descending. Almost there. 160. It's Ponteland and Darras Hall, right on the nose. And get our position for the airfield. Where is it? It's over there somewhere. Okay, I'm going to start throttling back a little bit because, as you can perhaps see, the ILS glide slope is now settling below us. We don't want to lose sight of that. Ideally we want to keep that in the center circle of the ILS display. There's the airfield there. The other bar on the ILS indicator is the localizer. As we get lined up with the center line, that will come across, staying vertical, but it'll come across to the center as well. And the idea is to keep them both in the crosshairs. So the glide slope's looking good. Oh, we've got somebody coming in there ahead of us. So there's the airfield there. You keep the speed coming down. We're a little bit fast. When I get down to about 80 knots, where we'll then start putting down some notches of flaps, adjusting the trim as I slow down. Almost ready for our turn. There's 80 knots, so 1 notch of flaps. There's the localizer tracking in. I may have turned a little bit on the late side, but that's okay, we can correct that. Yeah, a little bit on the late side. Okay, we'll stick in another notch of flaps. And we'll line ourselves up. A little bit on the high side for the glide slope, but not too bad though. Let's get ourselves on the center line. 2 reds, 2 whites on the Pappy. ILS looking good. 70 knots. Keep the speed coming down to 60 knots. I'll tuck in the final notch of flaps. Which is there. 60 knots. I don't want to drop too much below that. Bang on the center line, throttle back and flare, and we're going to hold off the runway, hold it off, touchdown. Okay, flaps up.
Sierra Golf 70, turn next taxiway.
And we'll look to exit the runway. Which I believe is just coming up on the left. Let's move a bit to the right to give us a larger turning circle because it's a sharp angle. I think I've missed it.
Sierra Golf 70, exit runway when able.
I did, you know, I went past it.
Golf 70, contact ground on 121.73.
Okay, we'll switch off.
Going to
Landing light.
121.73 Sierra Golf 70.
Taxi light is on. And we should take it to general aviation parking, but you know what? I'm just going to stick it over onto gate number 7. Which is usually for airliners, but you know. Okay, bring us to a stop. Parking brake to on. Mixture out. That'll kill the engine. Turn off our lights. Switch off the magnetos. And kill the fuel switch. And finally switch off the batteries. And there we are. Well, there you go. Nice sunny flight around Newcastle Airport. See you next time.